I'm a love astrologer, and I want to shed light on the term soulmate. Let's get into it. Have you ever heard the term hatchet man? Well, in the corporate world, hatchet man, they are the ones like the boss that fires and fires a lot of people at a high rate. But in the world of arborism and forestry, it's a lumberjack, right? So, same term, different meaning, depending where you are. Now let's take the term soulmate. The term itself is probably as old as man itself. In fact, every mystical faith, deep embedded in every religion's mysticism, for example, the Jewish faith, they have a word for the destined one. In the Kabbalah, it's deeply rooted in Greek mythology and Hinduism, and so on and so forth. So it is a beautiful term, and it is very real. But let's talk about some of the hype and what realistically you can expect when a woman is looking for love and wants real answers, because that's what I do. I give women real answers and help them navigate their path to find real love when that area of their life is troubled. So here goes. Just like I told you the term, hatchet man, the term soulmate does kind of change. So in the whimsical side of things, classic literature, romance, stories, Hollywood films, modern pop culture, the term to everyone that hears it means it's the one that is going to make you the happiest fairy tale love in the world. That's what people assume in the concept. Now, let's talk about a term that came from, it's not too old a term, but let's take a look at a darker side of things for women that are scammed and looking for love and stuff. So in a couple of years ago, actually it's been quite a while, but they made the documentary not that long ago on Netflix about these white-collar criminals who were running this cult, like a man-made faith, and they designated themselves as the messengers. So it was this really convoluted cult, very deceptive, of course, and they coined the term twin flame to con people and all of that, and they would call themselves a twin flame universe, I believe. Anyway, the term kind of spread like mad all over modern pop culture, trendy blogs and websites and articles and the whole shebang. And it was this concept that when you're born, your soul is split in half and the other half goes inside a soulmate. That is the most stupidest fucking dumbass shit I've ever heard in my life. So if a person's soulmate is they're 5 years apart or 3 years apart or whatever, more or less, 11 years, whatever the hell it is. So one person they lived under a rock while the other person was being formed. They were kind of waiting there, and then they start what? Huh? It makes zero sense. A person's soul is absolutely complete. Even if you're twins, I read for twins, I read for triplets. Some fraternal, some identical. They have each one of them in their bodies, their real own soul. So does every other human. It's not cut in half. But a soulmate, this gorgeous concept of being linked, is very real. In fact, one of the most beautiful things about it is that there are matches made in heaven, which I think is really beautiful concept when you think about it. But let's get into some of the realistic things. So just like I said, one term in one industry can have a different term in another industry. Soulmate in astrology is actually quite literal. There's an abused word in American modern day. Anyway, don't get me started on that. It's a pet peeve. So the term soulmate in a woman's chart is exactly the love that changes her. That's what it means. So when a woman says, "Who's my soulmate?" I'll tell them because it's very, very obvious in their natal chart. But it's the love that changes them. Hang on. Wait for that concept a minute, because it sounds weird, right? let's go to the male. The male's chart. Now, they're a lot easier. In a man's chart, makes sense. Women are more complicated. Just kidding. But anyway, in a man's chart, the soulmate on their chart is the person that they will love the most in their life. So the one that they love the deepest. It's kind of romantic, you know? Let's say that love doesn't work out for some people. Does it mean that's it? It's gloom and doom and they're done and they'll never love again? Hell no. No. In fact, that's what I do for a living, guys. You know, I help people with their love situation. No. Truth is, everybody's got a different destiny. And the moon and Venus and Jupiter will never stop trying to work out a love combo for that person. Well, I won't say it never stops, but they will keep trying for a very significant amount of time in that person's life. But it gets deeper than that. It gets more complicated than that. It's very unique for each person's life and what it looks like love-wise. Now, let's talk about the woman. Let's talk about, there's a lot of things to cover. I only have like less than 10 minutes, so I got to make other videos talking about combinations. I'm going to be doing charts. I'm going to be showing you love astrology, how cool it is, how important it is when finding answers, what's written in the stars, what really is the truth, all right, in a person's life when it comes to love. Now, apps and stuff like that will tell you a description on a personality. It's cute, but does it really give a woman answers? Come on now. Come on now. Really? Does it a woman really suffering, really wanting to find the love of her life, really wanting to find love after that, you know, whatever she's been through, or maybe she's never experienced it all, whatever place she's in. Oh, you're going to love a man that's like this and this and this, and he's like, does that really give you answers, or is there just a bunch of convoluted bullshit? It is. It's fluffy shit. Oh, how cute. Oh my God, he's going to be like this. Can I have some real answers, please? Hello, aisle 9. Thank you. I'm over here. Throw it my way, right? Realistic. So, I'm a realist, and I deliver things not candy coated and not with BS, but just, you know, what the chart says. All right. So, love is not all gloom and doom. It's actually a beautiful journey, and everybody has a different one. So let's turn your concept a minute to money. Well, money and love. Oh, how tacky. No, actually, it's actually very similar in energy, and in magic. That's, as I'm a magical practitioner as well, and I can tell you, you don't work on your love life magically when you work on your money life. It doesn't work that way. You know, like Ghostbusters, don't cross your streamers. Yeah, don't cross your streamers. Don't cross your money and love energy. It's not good. You got to work in one, focus on one. When you lift one and you stabilize it, you can work on the other one. Whole different thing. But anyway, going back to what I was saying is that in a woman's chart, it's the love that changes her. So let's think about money a minute, okay? Like I said, if three people are going to be wealthy in their natal chart, and it says wealth, and a person says, well, how's it going to happen? Well, one person would be the lottery. Another person could be inheritance. Another person could be they marry rich, right? They all become wealthy, and that's the path and the destiny of how it's going to play out. That's the ultimate solution for the wealth part, right? Okay, being wealthy is very rare, but everyone has some degree of wealth, right? So being super wealthy in love is very rare. The fairy tale, the concept, right? But everyone has love, and a lot of people have successful love, right? So there's all kinds of different combinations, just like there is with money. So when I say that in a woman's chart, it's the love that changes her, it's really the love that changes her in a literal sense. For some, it's going to be because she marries rich and that changed her. Or the other one, you know, it solved her political problem. It saved her. It's the one. Or the one that she ended up having a child that she wanted so badly. Or the one that, you know, the kid thing is different, but I'm just, you know, throwing it out there. A lot of combinations. It's the love that changes her. Now, hopefully the love that changes her is the one that's the ultimate, the happiest combination. But there's many degrees in between, and that's what I want to shed light on the series of these videos. As a love astrologer, I wanted to throw that out there. Soulmate, it's not so simple, but for a guy, it's really the greatest love he feels. All right, guys, until the next time, if you have any questions, leave them below. Bye.